Hello and welcome to Please, Won't You Shut Up?
What happened to the intro?
The intro's dead.
Theme music, theme music.
Theme music,
Theme
theme music,
music.
theme music,
Theme
theme
music.
music, theme music, theme music,
Theme music.
theme
Wait a
music.
minute. The old theme music. We need
Ye
some
olde
sort of accent this week.
Hark! Welcome, tis the traveler, to... Won't it the shutting up now, please?
We really just should have done the
Quarantine.
Coronation Street theme song. We do that around the house a lot. Just Alright, that's as much as I can handle Coronation Street ever. But it's the Britain episode.
Jolly old English, and what?
Merry
Yeah.
Mother Country.
Wales and
Yeah.
Scotland.
Wales and Scotland. Yes, and we are joined today by an actual Scottish person.
One generation removed.
I
But we're
have
not allowed to talk
citizenship
about it.
in Britain, so screw you, I'm British.
One day that may be something to boast about again. Well, when it all goes south here, by which I mean the south comes up here, then yes, it will be worth something. Thank heavens for legal marriage.
Indeed. But until then, Brexit, punk music, jammers, dodgy,
The
and
quiz
other
show,
sort.
the great quiz show of the year. Fucking countdown for lunatics. Like, I love it. Oh man. Canada has such comedic talent, and then it just isn't anywhere on TV sometimes.
Like, we really have to pick up on this whole English miracle that is the quiz show, in which you just get a bunch of goddamn comedians together once a week and go, hey, let's just fucking laugh at each other.
Oh my god.
And whatever happened. I loved Nevermind the Buzzcocks. It was the greatest thing on English television, especially when Simon Amstell was hosting, because he was the perfect bitch. He actually pissed certain celebrities off who appeared on his show so much that midway through the show, they just stormed off.
I've heard of this show for years. I will admit, I have never seen it.
It is the most caustic, brilliant, hilarious thing that's supposed to be just a quiz pop show joke thing about music. But if he gets someone on who is vapid, and he is so fucking, he's so bitchy, so brilliant. He used to be a daytime television host, and so he knows all of these people already, and he already knows like which ones are idiots, which ones to push the buttons of.
Who is this that does the show?
So, it used to do it. It no longer exists, and he was the second to last host before they did nothing but guest host until they were canceled.
Okay.
Simon Amstell. He does stand-up comedy now in the UK. He is so brilliant. Like, for example, one celebrity who was on the show who was so minor that I'm never gonna remember the name of. This guy was like really sour, but he was like, oh yeah, it's kind of like, I'm trying to break out, and this is a step forward. And so Simon pulls out the autobiography of his girlfriend, who is also a celebritard, and he starts reading the more embarrassing passages where she talks about the guy, and the guy storms off within 5 minutes.
That's fantastic.
Just never comes back.
I would watch that. I would. I watch a lot of British
It's
television.
human
but I would
reaction
still
to
watch
like
that.
an actual situation, not
Yeah.
just...
What's the
Brilliant.
what is the broadcasting house? Is it B1A?
B1A or...
Have you seen B1A?
I don't know what
I
B1A
believe that's
is.
what it's called. I'm gonna double check on this, but it's okay. It's the best way I can explain this is it's the dad from Downton Abbey. He works for the BBC, and in
As the head of ethics or
He's-
like
yeah,
happiness
he's
and
the-
high fives. Like,
he's the
it's like the new leader of the It's Okay movement in the BBC, because they're being
What
forward
is it?
and
It's
thinking
hilarious.
of the forwardness of thinking in society.
He's the head of Olympic Deliverance at one point.
Olympic
like,
Deliverance.
what is this show?
Oh my god! I think that's an actual position with the CBC.
It's so good. I'm gonna
Head
look
of
this up. I
Olympic
think I'm getting the name
Deliverance.
wrong. It's so good. BBC Comedy Broadcast House.
Maybe that's what Ron McLean is.
No, you definitely need to watch this. There's only 2 seasons. W1A. W1A.
W1A,
That's what
okay.
it is. Yes. It's incredible.
W1A.
Yeah,
I'm gonna download that. And watch
everything is the best send up. Like, I feel like it would apply to the CBC so well, and I just don't understand why
You know
it
what it
hasn't
is?
come
It's
here.
the
Like,
modern version of Are You Being Served set in a TV show, like running the TV.
I don't know. It's so much more of a send up of so many things I recognize, though.
Like hello, hello, like a couple of
but
characters.
less farcical though. Like, well, no, I actually
Is it
I
close?
Don't know if I take
Possibly
that back.
closer to Yes Minister and Yes Prime Minister? Like really clearly aware of the things it's talking about and the insider stuff.
Very self-aware, but very like, I guess less. If this makes any sense, less farcical, more lampooning. If that makes any sense.
Okay, yeah.
Like, it does seem a little more self-aware, I guess, but no, I don't think you're wrong with your comparisons. But no, it's definitely worth a watch. It is very, very funny.
W1A. I'm
W1A,
definitely
yeah.
gonna have. My suggestion for a watch is definitely Crystal Maze, which was a ridiculous game show in the 90s.
You've told me about
Yeah,
this.
and has been brought back, hosted by the amazing Richard Ayoade, who, as a tangent for a moment, see Paddington 2. I mean that. The Paddington Bear movie, the second one.
Is he guest starring or guest hosting?
Please tell me narrating.
He appears in it as for a moment in a courtroom scene where he's a forensic an analyst, and he's describing where they found marmalade, and he has a map of this crime scene. It says marmalade was found here, and in this general area, waving at the entire map, but deadpan. Perfectly.
He's so good.
But the whole film is weirdly shot like it's a Wes Anderson film.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's in like pastels. There is a narrator, and it has this quirky kind of dark humor. And Hugh Grant's in it, being as ridiculous as possible. He actually plays like his character commits crimes in different characters. And it's Hugh Grant going completely fucking off the wall, eating every bit of scenery.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Just thinking of another British actor that is pretty amazing is Alan Cummings.
Oh, Alan Cummings is great. Yeah.
You told me a great story about him today. That's right, about his bar.
Yeah, he was he was taping Good Wife and starring on Cabaret. He was like, I don't get a lot of time to go out with friends, so he's like, I called up a liquor company and was like, do you mind sponsoring me on these nights so I can invite my friends over? And ended up getting like a bar sign, and it was like I forget the name of the bar, but like he had got it in actual fluorescent.
Oh, brilliant!
And then one of his friends who would be there pretty frequently for that year or two asked him. He's like, "Why don't you open a bar?" He's like, "Okay." So he opened up a bar in New York, and he's just like, no, I'm not doing this. He's like, but now we're running a bar.
No, so now we're in a bar. Shit. What happened to Alan Cummings? Well, he was successful, but they opened a bar.
And then two terrible things happened. He named it Club Cumming.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then apparently, as of March 26th of this year, it was forced to stop live music because of a liquor license dispute. That sucks.
Ooh, that
I
sucks.
love Alan Cummings so much.
Has he been in Cabaret all his life?
No,
I
twice.
I feel like he's
two
always
big,
in Cabaret.
Like two big arcs, like the main original one. Oh, with Natasha Richardson.
It feels
I
like
love that
someone's like,
soundtrack so
He's
much.
Here's
the
$1
gayer
billion.
version of Craig Ferguson.
yeah,
Okay, no.
here's $1 billion. Just
Let's
being
take
Cabaret.
a moment for Natasha Richardson because that soundtrack is fan-fucking-tastic. And what is that movie? Is it Blow Dry with her and Alan Rickman?
Yes, where he's...
Oh, they're both dead now. Watch out, Rachel not Adams. Who's the Rachel Lee Cook? That's the one in that.
I think so. Yeah.
And what's his name? Who was in Sin City?
Which
What
one?
is his name? Josh Hartnett.
Oh,
There it is.
Ooh.
Jesus, there's
There it
someone
is.
who hasn't worked in a
No,
couple years.
no. But watch Blow Dry.
Advantage.
It's about this is great. It's a little village in Wales. Is it Wales?
Yeah.
Wales, yeah.
It's a little Welsh town.
It's a little Welsh town. Everybody sings
It's
all
way
the
in
time.
the
and they
northern
cut
or the
hair.
southern part of Wales.
Anyway, no, it's about a haircutting competition in a small Welsh village, and it's Alan Rickman and Natasha Richardson and Rachel Griffiths from my favorite show of all time, 6 Feet Under, which if you haven't watched, which you still haven't, you need
I've
to.
downloaded, but I haven't gotten to watching. I was watching Lost in Space, and then I started watching Netflix's Troy, and it's terrible.
Watch 6 Feet Under, like, tomorrow. It's so good. The first episode. Have you seen the first episode?
No.
Well then, no, stop. We should pause the podcast.
There was
for
Dr.
the
Smith.
sake of it. It's so good. That's fair.
Yeah. I'll
fair.
watch Dr. Smith, even the fucking movie from '98.
Oh god.
Yeah, and that's saying something. Well, to be fair, that was Gary Oldman, so.
Got really, really sidetracked there.
No, Gary Oldman's
Nope.
English.
Blow dry. Nope. Watch it. It's great. Rachel Griffiths. Yes.
Richard Griffith.
Yes.
Griffiths.
Of ABBA soundtrack. Come on, come to me.
Mamma Mia.
Somebody's wedding. Muriel's wedding.
Muriel's.
Oh, Australian. It's a colony. It counts.
Yeah.
We're a colony. It counts. Man, so good. So funny. ABBA soundtrack. It
I've heard
was
it's
young gay
fantastic.
me's first introduction to Rachel Griffiths, to what's her name? Who was she had multiple personalities in that show, United States of Terra. Oh, that was a great show.
Never even heard of it.
Oh, there's like
Toni
4
Collette.
seasons,
Toni
but
Collette.
one of them you don't watch.
Okay. Oh.
It's like one of those shows where it's like it's really good.
You don't watch
one
the
of
last
them,
season.
One of them just
I believe it was the last
just-
season.
just don't.
It ends a
ends
season
on a
early.
downer.
Yeah.
Yep. So just don't watch
Just
that
ends
one.
a season early.
Yeah, it's great.
But amazing written and about patent.
But no, it was
Oswalt.
that movie was young
Weird.
gay
Oh,
me's
cool.
first introduction to ABBA, and that was fantastic. Definitely worth a watch. And Blow Dry introduced me to Natasha Richardson, who I remember she died in Montreal.
Huh.
Or no, Mont Tremblant.
Oh, Montreal.
She died on a ski slope in Quebec.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. She was married to Liam Neeson. I know, because I watched this movie because I had the Cabaret soundtrack because I was young and gay once upon a time. I know all of this resultant trivia of this. So you should watch Blow Dry and think of how much nonsense trivia I know about this movie. And now fucking everybody in that movie's dead, or at least Alan Rickman is also.
And then Liam Neeson went on to murder the Quebec ski industry.
I think everybody has to wear helmets now. It's probably not true
took my
because
wife
Quebec
from me.
they don't have to wear helmets if you're on a bike, but then they have bike infrastructure.
Yeah.
What a lovely thing that must be.
It's nonsense.
I love it. Stop it.
We can't have it here.
Stop it.
We can't have that here.
It's the Ono Bono.
Oh no, Bono.
I love when people are like, you probably don't even own a car. I'm like, I do own a fucking car. I love commuting by car. I love going on adventures by car. Having a car is a great moment of personal freedom that you get to enjoy as a first world citizen if you are lucky, and it's getting ever harder. It's great. Give me bike infrastructure, you ass. I pay gas taxes. Use them for something I will enjoy when I'm not in my car. That is good for me and the environment, and it takes money out of the healthcare system. Or not out of, but it takes the need of money out of the healthcare system. I am resultantly
not to mention
somewhat healthier.
The removal or
Despite my
screwing up
stridency,
of a bike lane directly down the middle of the
small
city.
alcohol habit.
That spaghetti string of bike lane down.
Yeah, the one that suddenly
Hollis.
jets right across the fucking street, and it's like,
It's
okay,
go here, go here,
Yeah.
go here, go here, die
Die,
one
die,
more
die,
time,
die again.
die one more time.
Oh, by the way, this road is used by fucking semis.
And pedestrians
Yeah.
and bikes and cars.
Oh,
If
and
this is the British episode, will they know what semis are, or will they think we're talking about
It's a
half erections?
16-wheeler.
16-wheeler.
It's a multi-axle
They're allowed
vehicle.
half erections down that street.
It's a Lloyd.
Half erections.
Half
down
erections
that
and
street.
bicycles.
Oh, and don't forget the APC that rolls around called the Harbor Hopper.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. There's an armored vehicle that people ride around Halifax because
Wasn't
it'll
it
get
used in
the wa-
Vietnam?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all from Nam, and they'll drive right into the water and they'll float across their hybrid vehicles or what have you.
Have you been on it?
Yes.
Same.
Yeah, and
I
it's
thought it was
terrifying.
fun. It's everything they say is a big lie,
Yeah,
but it's super fun. And then harbor water splashes in your mouth, and then you have a panic attack for 3 days.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was
Super
talking
fun,
about the water that's coming up through
What
the
are
floor.
What are your thoughts on Halifax taxi service by Harbor Hopper?
What?
What?
Like a bus.
What, like using it? Oh.
I want to go to Dartmouth.
Oh,
Okay.
like the
get 32
hydrofoil?
of your friends.
The hydrofoil
No, but
that they keep talking about?
No, but like a ferry
Ferry.
that basically brings you from one end of the docks at Alderney, or not Alderney, but
Yes.
What are you talking about?
just
Tufts?
just the Halifax side,
Oh, yeah. It doesn't have
from
a name.
Market
It's just
up-
Halifax side.
yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
You're in Halifax.
To fuck with Dartmouth.
You don't need a little place name. No.
Crossing
You're
Harbor
You've
is
made
too
it.
far, though.
Crossing.
We have to get this back to pop culture somehow, if not to Britain, because I think
Well,
we never managed to stick with the theme long enough.
This
to keep
is
an
the
episode
English's
title on.
fault. I mean, they founded the fucking
We're all
city.
speaking English. Is that not enough for you? God,
It's
we're all
called
here.
Halifax.
You won, okay?
Christ.
God. Yeah, we got blown up defending you. Thanks. So, pop culture.
That
Rob
was
Lowe.
the other thing. Yeah, Rob Lowe. By then, so in the movie, the new movie Super Troopers 2, which I watched the first Super Troopers in high school. Like, it's so old.
Is that Neil Patrick Harris?
No.
Sorry, Super Troopers. Sorry. I had.
Does anyone here think I've seen Super Troopers?
You've not seen Super Troopers?
Of course not.
Oh my god. Okay, it's like
It told you, growing up in Cumberland County is like growing up under the Taliban. Everything's not banned, you just don't see it.
It's
It's
2002
not there.
weed.
You're gonna get in
humor.
trouble for that, but it's true. There's not any pop culture exposure. You get like CBC with bad reception, and that's it because you live between two hills.
Oh my god. It's 2002 weed humor. But more importantly, it is so old that it used to have a message board. And that message board eventually became Rooster Teeth Productions. They're the people who do Red vs. Blue. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Way back in high school, I used to be on that message board. I know people a part of that who have now gone on to be like fucking stars on G4. And it's all because they were on a message board for Super Troopers. And now Super Troopers 2 has finally come out with the film that they were talking about way back
That's amazing.
over a decade ago
That's
on this
amazing.
goddamn message board.
And now we all get to be either excited and or mad about Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe's character's
being
name,
the Halifax.
the Halifax explosion. I love it. I think
Oh yes, the explosion.
I think we should name a sports team that and finally just stop being idiots.
No. I think Blake has one area in southern Ontario that can be named after this individual.
Oh yeah, Rob Lowe has a fucking island. Like seriously, you want to be a Canadian landmark? Be Rob Lowe Island.
Rob Lowe Island.
There's Rob Lowe Island in southern Ontario, and don't tell me any difference. I've clearly had a little
used
bit
to
to
be a
drink there,
theme park.
listeners, so hush your mouth. Don't write me from southern Ontario and tell me that it's Bob Lowe Island, because you're not
Bob
allowed to
Lowe.
be that familiar with Mr. Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe.
It's Rob Lowe Island to you. It is clearly his.
Well, it's just a different name of, like, it's like William and Willie, or Bill and...
Yeah.
It's like...
It's Rob Lowe Island to
Wilhelm.
most of us.
Yeah.
Wilhelm Lowe.
I can't believe people are
Yeah.
mad about... I wasn't mad about him being called... What is it? Is he called the Halifax Explosion?
I believe, yeah, like
is that his
I,
nickname?
yeah, it's his nickname. I
Is
think
he supposed to be from Halifax?
No, he's I think he's from Quebec. Like, pull the trailer up.
No, I'd rather not, because I saw it and I was like, that's an accent.
Yeah.
And then he was on an interview with Jimmy Kimmel and I was like, most of what you're saying is fact about the Halifax explosion. I'm glad you're bringing attention to our town, because you goddamn know we're attention whores because we rely on tourism here.
Well,
But like this
plus
is but
Americans
that's
have
just
a
inaccurate.
fascination with Nova Scotia.
But it's just
appears
inaccurate.
like
They
it.
really do. I've talked to you about this.
Yes,
We've
it's
talked
the
at length
throwaway.
about this.
Yeah.
It is Hollywood shorthand for the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Whenever you go away somewhere, you're Fraser sitting in the tundra in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
There is a weird fascination.
There is. You know, I don't know how far back
That's
it
fine.
goes.
Come,
But
spend
it's
your
at
money.
least Rick
Yeah.
Moranis' fault in Ghostbusters. He pointed at that salmon and said, "It's real salmon from Nova Scotia." And from there became a franchise of far away but not.
We should really do an episode where we track down the first origins of pop culture mentions of Nova Scotia.
There-
as
That'd be
the
really
middle
cool,
of
yeah.
nowhere. I really
There's
would.
Bette
You know where it's
Midler
mentioned in
and,
one? Fucking 6 Feet Under. Of course.
There's a Bette Midler film where she is like someone who is partially or accidentally murdered by someone, or like attempted murder, but a person runs away to Nova Scotia.
There's, of course, the ending of World War Z.
Mountainous Nova Scotia, I recall.
Yeah.
Yep.
Them fjords of Nova Scotia.
So many fjords along the
Fjord
shore.
is-
I don't
Sorry,
even
so
get.
sure.
They fucking shot it in Newfoundland, which is the next province over. Why not just say Newfoundland?
Yeah.
It even makes sense. That's where I'd go during a zombie apocalypse. There's like
You
90,000
would
fucking
question
people there.
that about that movie? How about you question the fact that it took the title from the book and absolutely fucking nothing else?
That book's amazing.
That book is fan-fucking-tastic. That is one of my favorite books.
And then he just randomly chooses an infectious disease and it gives it to himself, even though who knows what that could have been.
Oh, take something that has like a gestation period in your body of like 9 years or
Oh,
something.
God.
Go to walk out his brains. Like,
I saved the
we'll
world.
regret this later.
You have super AIDS.
Really
Oh, that's
interesting
great.
counterpoint to this is that the CDC in like for the world used it as a promotional like tool.
Are you gonna talk about the CDC without saying yeah, you know me?
Baby.
I just want to make sure that was what was happening.
No, but it's kind of cool. I listened to a podcast of someone else that they were looking at that, and it was really interesting because they used it to like say, yeah, if things do spread like disease, like pestilence, like all those things, like yes, it does happen. This is how it happens. You should do this, and I was like, oh, like that's kind of cool, like.
Yeah, the zombie like pop culture interest gets used by the CDC fairly frequently, I think.
Yeah,
like,
well, it's
to talk about like infectious spreads and like
it's a great way of approaching the concept.
Yeah, it really does. Like, it, you know, if you can get people educated, if you can get people interested and be like, oh, cool, and then they were all into quarantine, and the CDC chimes in and is like, that's right, kids, quarantine is when you do this. Keep in mind, these things are spreading through Iowa at the moment, allegedly.
Hope
No,
you
I
don't
think
get
that's
Zika.
smart. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
No, I think that's great. Oh, man. Rob Lowe Island.
Rob Lowe
Talking about, plagues and shit. Yeah, The Stand, Stephen King. That's where I first encountered Rob Lowe. Not his island, but he was the deaf guy.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Ah.
For me, it would be Wayne's World, Pralines and Dick.
He was like the bad guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I forgot about that.
If he was an ice cream flavor, he'd be Pralines and Dick.
Nice. Shit, Mike Myers. You always hear that he's such a dick.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you not read this?
I always heard that he's like a nice guy, but like he's constantly starved for attention.
Oh no, man! Like I always read that he's such a dick. Like any of those, I love the Reddit threads that are like, you know, who have you met that's a celebrity that's like, and what were they like in real life? I don't enjoy the ones that are like, who have you met that's a real dick? It's like, oh, someone's just gonna create a story tell. But like, if it's a who did you meet in real life and what were they like, and somebody takes the time to write like they were a giant dick, I'm like, well, you know, even if you're creative writing, I had like a good time reading that, and you know, I won't choose to believe it, but like, I'll choose to find it interesting enough to talk about. Like, there's especially when it's like a critical mass.
Yeah, especially when if something appears at the exact right moment.
Mike Myers gets a hard to work with critical mass.
Which like what in the hell?
So does Jim Carrey though.
Yeah, but Jim Carrey, you can actually like you can see it in the way he's publicly is. You can see it in like everything about him.
I would agree that you could, or I would say that you could see that Mike Myers has certain.
When Mike Myers appears on like
same as Robin Williams, I think you can pick out.
I do not think that he was hard to work with.
Stop
Not
it.
hard to work with.
I think he'd be exhausting to work with.
Yes, but
no, but like passionate and eccentric, very eccentric. Like
you married passionate and eccentric.
Jim Carrey
when I would again.
Eccentric. He's just an idiot. He can be expressive.
Was he married to Jenny McCarthy?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that doesn't bespeak intelligence.
Yeah,
that's not good.
No, he's very expressive, but he is never the writer. Even way back in Living Color days. I think the only character he actually ever himself came up with was the fire marshal, which was a great character, but was so one note that it unfortunately couldn't even go anywhere on a show that has just one note characters.
Not a clue. Haven't honestly thought about him in years.
Yeah.
Same with Mike Myers, I guess. But yeah, no, he is someone I do. The only time I encounter is I read about like stories of people who are like, OG's hardest guy to work with in the universe.
Curious.
It does make me think of So I Married an Axe Murderer though.
Great movie. Great movie.
Very good. Yes,
I can recite the
Harriet.
Cold-hearted harbinger of haggis. Beautiful, bemused, bellicose butcher.
Yes.
Untrusting.
Yep.
Doo-doo. Unknow.
Ing.
Doo-doo. Unloved.
Ed. You know what? I don't give a shit if he's hard to work
She want me
with.
back in the middle of the night.
stop.
It's just, yeah.
I don't give a shit if he's hard to work with.
Move
He
your
gets that.
head.
It's great.
It's like an orange on a freaking toothpick.
Who the
You
hell
gotta
played
give him a
Harriet?
complex. Look at him.
Who played Harriet? I do not remember.
Oh shit.
She.
The name is on the tip of my tongue.
Ah.
I just remember the villain.
Frustrating.
Like,
really
neighbor
don't. Let's look.
person. There's like the one that.
Oh god, I've spaced. It's been since like high school since I saw that. It's been since like
That was the
hearing
first
those clips on
was
How
the
does it
internet.
have a 55% approval rating?
It's not the best.
No.
No,
It's
boo. Boo.
It's not
Nancy
a very good
Travis.
movie.
No one knows Nancy Travis.
It's just
Sorry,
it's a great
sorry.
'90s movie because it's like it's got good dialogue. It's a shit movie. It's got good dialogue.
Yeah.
It's a '90s movie.
It's
There's
an
someone
extent-
in this movie named Brenda Fricker. Brenda Fricker sounds like she works for HR and she's really frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
She sounds like a person
Brenda.
who just like always somehow manages to jam change in the office vending machine. She's just like, she ruins it for everybody. Every Monday. And she's like, I called the repairman, but he never gets here until Thursday.
If anyone asks who farted, everyone knows it was
Brenda Fricker.
But Brenda never acknowledges the question.
You know what the saddest thing in the world is?
Fricker.
A birthday card for Brenda Fricker. There's not a single, like, even half-hearted, like, Happy B Day.
No. Happy.
Happy B
Freaking-
Day, Susie
And
from
just put an
accounting.
R on it.
Fricker day.
Happy
Brenda
freaking birthday.
Fricker. Happy Fricker birthday. Wow. Wow.
Oh my.
I just got all what's his name? Inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
Wallace
Yeah.
Shawn.
Wallace
Yeah.
Shawn.
Oh god.
We almost Wallace Shawned it.
I love Wallace Shawn in it.
I'm
Wallace
trying to
Shawn.
think if we're gonna engage with the original concept of this episode and go back to Britain. If anyone Wallace Shawns me, and I know Patrick Stewart Wallace Shawns you, but I don't know British actor wise if anyone Wallace Shawns me.
Ian McKinnon.
Ian McKellen's great, but I don't think he Wallace Shawns me.
I'm trying to remember.
Helen Mirren comes pretty close.
Gavin?
She's
Or
wonderful.
Gavin?
Who?
Gavin?
What's who?
Goblin? What the
Who?
fuck is his name? I'm trying to... Michael Gavin.
Gambin.
Gambin, that's it, yeah.
Gambin. Yeah, I liked him for his Top Gear performance more than anything.
Fuck, I watched too much
Stephen
other stuff.
Fry.
No,
Yes.
he's a dick.
No.
No, he's
Stop.
a douche.
Stop.
He's a
Explain.
douche.
Explain.
There's a fight there between like trans and Stephen Fry. That's a thing. Ignore that.
It doesn't surprise me because of he's of a time.
Yeah, no, it purely is just like, oh, you're so old that okay, never mind.
But if you're going to marry someone in their 20s, you should open yourself up to views of people in their 20s and 30s and 40s.
Yeah, especially when you open your mouth
Probably
on almost
50s.
everything anyway.
What has he said about trans people?
Oh, it's more just like he believes it's just like, you know, it's camp. It's just camp. It's an excuse to be camp. And it's like, oh.
And, like, between that and RuPaul foot and mouth diseasing it, like, you know what? I do.
It's just a generational thing because I think they're actually the same age.
That would have been an interesting married couple right there.
RuPaul and
Stephen Fry.
It's not that I disapprove Stephen Fry. I just think he should have married more around the age of, like, say, 36, 37, and from Canada, possibly, you know, putting a schism between him and his hot ginger husband. But
Stephen, why
one
couldn't
that
you
would be understood by said hot ginger husband. Stephen Fry.
Why couldn't you be more like Elton John?
Oh, no. No.
Back to England.
There's just wow.
See how that
No, it's just nothing sexy. Nothing at all.
Very good.
Stephen Fry's at least got the multiple broken nose, and that's
a very good
that
cross
does it for
section
me.
of British comedy though is Little Britain. I have to say, like they take every slice, every field,
I
every
do love Little Britain.
piece, every corner.
I never
They go to-
really liked it. It just
Why?
never
It's
spoke
so
to me.
Fun.
It just never spoke to... And, like, that's not me saying, like, oh, I hate that. It's just being like, you know, for some reason, that never grabbed me.
There's something about certain British repetition-based humor that, like, every week it's the same premise but it's executed in a different farcical way, and it just makes me so happy.
Yeah, actually, Lil Brent...
I'm not going to try to split hairs between farce and lampoon anymore. I've given up on that nonsense.
No, but it definitely is like Portlandia.
Half
in
a
the same
farce
way.
is a lampooner.
You know?
It's what, sorry?
It's like Portlandia. Because you're right, it is the same sketches.
Yes.
Again
yes.
and again and
yes.
again.
And I think to an extent, like... You have to have an enjoyment enough of the locale to
Yeah.
like, hipsters, obviously being from this part of the world, we're like, oh my god, we get it.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
And the absurdity of simply repeating the same joke is the joke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like, the challenge is always to keep it, and I'll do it in air quotes, fresh and new, because it's never fresh and new, but it's just,
But there's the
it
weird
makes
thing.
you laugh in a new way.
There's the weird
on a
thing
good day,
about English humor, though. It doesn't have to be fresh and new.
No.
You can go watch.
You just do it right.
Yeah, you
And it's
can
not
go
even
watch
do it well.
Father
You just do it
Ted.
right for the moment.
Just do it.
Like 20-year-old humor. It's brilliant.
It's Vanjie. It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to strike a chord.
Yeah.
As long as it gets back to the other show, Bruce McKennaing it, and strikes a chord with an absolute majority.
But that's striking a chord with wit.
With comedy instead of saccharineness.
With wit.
Wit instead of like heart. With that,
Yeah.
It's walking out of the room. It's walking out of the room.
That's what I prefer.
Demanding that everybody notices that you're no longer there.
It didn't work.
Like
it
it's
didn't
walking
work.
out just being like, I am no longer in this room, and
it's
you
true.
should all remember.
It didn't work at all in the instant. It was like, this is the most bizarre fuckery I've ever seen. And then, like, maybe a minute later, I was like,
that was brilliant.
Vanjie. The only spoiler I've had for this week's RuPaul is my friend texted me and said, I haven't seen much, but I do know that the safe word is Vanjie, and I'm so excited to watch this week. I can't wait. Oh man, it's just the meme of the year, of the decade. It's great. I haven't seen a RuPaul meme go on this long in ages.
No.
So simple, so brilliant.
So simple. If anyone thinks she's not being brought back immediately, they're insane.
Yeah, there's money to be made there.
Of course, yes, she's already making it. Oh my god, I would buy the merch. Christ.
I'm just glad she's surpassing her mother Mateo.
Yeah.
Because no.
Just
no.
Did not enjoy.
No.
No. Alexis Mateo season 3. Just have you okay?
Do not know.
All right, I have exactly the perfect. This is the farcical British show to bring this back from RuPaul in a little bit here.
Yeah.
But how much RuPaul have you seen?
Like random episodes.
Oh man.
Like truly random.
The only difference in devotion to this show between Brent and I is that he's seen all of season 1, and I don't think I have. Because the RuPaul Barbara Walters
I saw all of season 1. I saw all of season 1 when it originally aired, when I purchased it on cable.
Wow.
How old were you? God.
I was 22.
Man.
Living in a 1-bedroom apartment.
So far away.
Buying that cable.
That's hilarious. That's great. I think, did you introduce me to RuPaul?
Hell yeah.
I don't think we can go there because this will become the RuPaul show, which was not a success. So
which is what actually most of this usually ends up being.
It usually ends up being. It does, and we'll get back to the British moment. But this season is fantastic. This season is one of my favorite seasons in a while. I had a good friend who's like really into this show, and that's been one of our bonding moments. Is getting into this show, and he's like, "Ugh, call me when it's Snatch Game. I'm just not into this season." And I was like, "You what? What on earth? No, it is so good. Everyone's so talented except for the first. Well, not the first two, more the second of the two. But oh man,
everybody needs
worst name should have gone home because Vanjie would have stuck around." And eliminated someone else, but they're all so good. I don't know who she would have eliminated.
Wait, worst name is someone's name?
Calorie Kardashian Williams.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the worst name ever.
That doesn't,
She
half
sent
an
home
idea?
Vanessa Vanjie Mateo, which is not great. Vanjie. But Vanjie.
Well,
She's going to be, whatever. She's going to rebrand as
Miss
Miss
Mateo
Vanjie.
had Barbies glued to her bodice.
Yeah,
with
she looked.
flowers.
She
and
looked like she was a frilly potato. She was a frilly potato, and I've seen Miss Frilly Potato out of her potato wear, out of her potato couture on her Instagram, where she likes to show off her man side, and like she ain't no potato.
No.
But in that she was really hard, and I don't know if she
had
deserved to
tulle
go
coming
home
off the
because
shoulders
calorie
that were not-
terrible
that was not-
blasphemous name whatever McWilliamburger, she twerked, and it was the grossest thing I've ever seen. It was just like the flattest pancake wideness, just like reverberating at poor Carson Kressley. And then like parts of her cheap, badly done dollar bill dress started falling off her between her anus, and it just looked like she was kind of like bird pooping. Well, like it was so bad. But because of Potato Couture, much better name, Vanjie got home, and an iconic moment happened. So I really wouldn't have it any other way, so long as she comes back.
Oh, All Stars 6.
No, stop it. Shut your mouth. Like tonight's episode, or last night's episode, or tomorrow, or next week. Bring her. Vanjie. Summon her.
Demand.
Bloody Mary style. Yeah, oh, seriously. But let's get back to Britain. Charlie Hides.
It's a racist.
Alleged. You gotta say alleged.
It's allegedly racist, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, there's enough out there. Like,
Who's
Shake.
he?
Okay, Charlie Hides was the oldest queen on season 9.
54 and like 52.
I'm not sure, but she was a beautiful queen.
Yeah, like.
And she was like, just kind of, it was fun to have a British queen on. And then she got in a lip sync for Your Life, and she just stood there and did nothing. And just like gave up. And everyone was just like, fuck your mouth. And she's just like, on the reunion show, was like, I had diarrhea and menstrual cramps and this and that and carpal tunnel syndrome and, you know,
I
just
had a
like,
broken rib.
I was possessed by the devil and like, I don't fucking know. Like all kinds of excuses. And she just got ripped to shreds, including by Shea Coulee, who ended up coming in second, I think, to Sasha Velour.
Second, third.
Yeah. Second, I think. No, Peppermint, third.
Peppermint.
Third, we'll go with.
Third.
Anyway, and so now Shea Coulee is from Chicago, and
She's from
black.
where?
She is from Chicago. Yes.
Chicago.
And she's a black queen, and she has been defending the Vixen this season a bit because the Vixen. I can't decide if the Vixen started a fight on last night's episode. I'm going to give up on her because she always enters every fight as a 10, like, or out of 10. Like, she's always just like, bam, bam, bam. And, like, then she blames it on, like, the perception of her as an angry black woman.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, she has, like, tonight the 4th episode, and if she blows up, then I'm just like, okay, no, I'm sorry, you get a 4 out of 4. Like, you get 3 out of 4, I would have believed you, 4 out of 4.
Well,
I have
like,
hesitations.
also, one is defining your character in a room of people. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After a certain point,
Yeah.
you are just continuing.
Yeah. But, so Shea Coulee has been defending her, and Shea Coulee, again, is from Chicago, and she spoke out this week against Charlie Hides and said that Charlie Hides was, I'm paraphrasing, I don't even think I'm paraphrasing, Charlie Hides was the type of racist who preferred her black people, like, essentially compliant and unobjecting kind of thing.
Ooh.
And I was like, that seems insanely harsh. And then I googled Charlie Hides and racism, and it came up with how Charlie Hides did a blackface routine as recently, I think it was as 2014, and only stopped because there was a petition of how many thousands of signatures being like, this is offensive.
Oh my god.
And I thought to myself, you know, it's hard to find that leg to stand on. That's
Wow.
right there. Like, oh man, like, anything you say back to Shea Coulee at that point is just going to be linked to that.
Yeah, that is.
It doesn't matter what your argument is. It's unfortunate if you have managed to grow past that and better things for other people and yourself. But if not, no, that's you know what? Oof. And what a quote about her.
Oh, that's a harsh one.
That is a harsh one.
Harsh if true. Harsh if true.
And it's too bad because Charlie Hides, like, I initially severely disrespected her, like, not bothering to give a shit during the lip sync for her life. But she went on to, I think she opened a business to, like, basically drag you up, I think is what it was. So, like, you know, like, you would go in and get dragged by Charlie Hides. And I'm like, that's fucking great. I would love to go into a, like, professional drag queen's, like, studio and just be like, drag the fuck out of this. Like, make this beautiful at long last. It would be fantastic, but I don't want to have that done by someone who is widely regarded to be a racist.
Yeah.
That's not, That's not what I want to support. I'm like, bro, like, and I shouldn't say widely regarded. That gets me back to the last show that we did about the PC lady. Because it's widely regarded that she's a racist, I'm not on board. Whereas if only a few of us knew, I'd be there. Queen, no.
That seems like a good time to finish it off. I'm just trying to remember the goddamn name that we do it with.
Well, we really do have to tune up because we need to see if the Vixen's a 4 out of 4 or if she's a 10 in 9/10 of every situation. But
who is? Oh God.
This is the will you please shut your mouth hour with Mikki, Blake, Brent, and a sleeping dog in that order. And
We
it's
need
been
her
a pleasure.
safe word though. What's her name?
Our safe word?
The actress.
My safe word's Melania. Margot Martindale.
Margot Martindale.
This show is sponsored by Cartondale Cargo, which is sponsored by Margot Martindale, the beloved character actress. God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was the
no,
one
not
who was
to
saying
you.
it.
I don't care. I
fuck
love
off
you,
then.
but I failed Margot Martindale.
We're sorry.
Margot Martindale. Please tune in for the next episode. I will not fail you again. I love it.